Very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. We're coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. Let's first start off with a look at the stories that made it to your headlines this afternoon.
Local authorities elections amendment bill to be debated in Parliament today. New program to curb spread of drugs and alcohol. Unchecked water leak in Kantale.
In your lead story this afternoon, the President has called on the heads of security forces to implement a new program to curb the reach of drugs during a meeting held yesterday at the Presidential Secretariat.
The President informed the officials gathered at the occasion that the spread of drugs is on the rise in certain areas of the country, even though stringent laws have been created. Officials of the armed forces were ordered to strengthen their efforts to battle the menace of drugs. President Maithripala Sirisena also advised officials to obtain international expertise if necessary for this purpose. The head of state also called on security officials to crack down on drug smugglers who target school students and the youth.
The local authorities elections amendment bill will be debated in Parliament today.
The සංශෝධන 50ක් මේ අවස්ථාවේ උදේ බාර දීලා තියෙනවා. මේ සංශෝධන
50 amendments have been handed in this morning. We need time to discuss the legality of these amendments. Therefore, we request the government and the Speaker to extend today's debate based on parliamentary traditions and standing orders.
දික් කරන්න තව විශේෂ දවසකට එන සතියේ
හයවෙනිදා අපි ආපහු සාකච්ඡා කරනවා.
ගරු කතානායකතුරු
ගරු සභානායකතුමා
ඊට කලින් ඇත්ත වශයෙන්ම මේ සංශෝධන අදී ආපු දෙයක් නෙමෙයි බට.
These amendments are not new. The members of the committee that prepared these amendments said they discussed these amendments with the opposition on 27 occasions. They called for the elections and go to court. Yet they are trying to delay the passing of this bill.
අපි මේකේ පොදු සංකල්ප වලට එකඟ වෙලා තිබුණට ඒක පනතේ නීත්‍යානුකූලව.
We agreed with the basic concepts of these amendments. However, we just received these amendments as part of the bill. Therefore, we need time to study these amendments. It is a fair request, Honourable Speaker. During discussions with the Elections Commissioner, he said that if the bill is not passed by the 15th of September, they won't be able to conduct the polls before the O-level exams. We need a proper discussion on this, and we also need to pass this as soon as possible. The government delayed these elections for quite some time, citing delimitation issues. Then they debated a new election method. Now we don't need to give any more time. Honourable Speaker, let's debate this today. Have a committee stage meeting so that the officials can explain the amendments to us, and let's have a vote tomorrow.
කාර්ක සභාවක රැස්වලා අපිට අහන්න දෙන්න එක සංශෝධනය ගැන ඒකට නිලධාරි මාත්‍ර අපිට පැහැදිලි කරලා හෙට දිනේ ඡන්දයට ගමු.
While many parts of the island continue to face extremely dry weather conditions, we are saddened to report this water leak which has persisted for several months. This water leak was reported from a pipe in the Kantale Varnala area. Area residents charged that the leak has persisted for nearly 6 months. They also noted that although the water board attempted to resolve the leak on a number of occasions, they have been unable to provide a lasting solution.
It was fixed a number of times, but every time they fixed it, the leak gradually increases.
It's good if they fix it. Nobody maintains it. This is a national tragedy. An individual died and 6 others were injured in a motor accident which took place in the Kurugahakanda area on the Southern Expressway this morning. Police said that the vehicle which met with the accident was a van travelling from Colombo to Mathura. The collision had occurred when the van had collided with a lorry which it had attempted to overtake. The deceased is a 45-year-old male who was the driver of the van. The others who suffered injuries have been admitted to the Nagoda hospital. A woman crossing the yellow line was run over by a speeding jeep in the Hittetiyaya area along the Mathura-Akurasa main road. A correspondent said that the incident occurred this morning. The victim is a 52-year-old resident of Udagedara in Mathura. A correspondent further said that the woman had suffered serious injuries and is currently receiving treatment. Police have launched an investigation into the incident and arrested the driver of the jeep. A 14-year-old child lost her life in a collision which occurred in the Galvela area in Dambulla. The incident had occurred when the motorbike the child and her father were travelling on collided with a tipper. The child's father has been admitted to the Dambulla Base Hospital for treatment. The Bali Process Government and Business Forum is the world's first at combating modern-day slavery and human trafficking and is currently being held in Perth, Western Australia. The Capital Maharaja organisation is attending the event representing the business community of Sri Lanka. Forum chaired by Australian Foreign Minister Julie Bishop has 45 ministers from nations around the world as well as business leaders from the world's largest companies represented. The Capital Maharaja organisation was selected to represent Sri Lankan business at this forum, with Group Director Siobhan Daniel expected to address the forum soon. The latest global statistics reveal that over 40 million people are currently considered to be in various stages of modern-day slavery. This includes, for example, instances of forced labour under deplorable conditions once a person's passport is confiscated by an employee. Newly appointed Chief of Defence Staff Admiral Ravindra Vijay Gunaratne met with the Chief Prelates of the Malwatu and Askeri chapters today. The new Chief Defence Staff called on the Chief Prelate of the Askeri chapter, Most Venerable Varakagoda Sri Jnanaratna Thera. He later called on Most Venerable Tibbatuave Sri Sumangala Thera, the Chief Prelate of the Malwatu chapter. The three armed forces, along with the police and the STF, protect our national security. They carry out their duties. The new commanders of the Navy and Air Force fought together with me since the start of the war. When we joined the forces in 1980, there wasn't any war. However, we have been able to fight the war during our lifetime and finish it off before our retirement. They know very well how to resolve issues. There is no threat to national security. All lectures at the medical faculty of the Jaffna University have been suspended for 3 days after a number of students at the faculty were diagnosed with dengue. The registrar of the Jaffna University said that the lectures were suspended from last afternoon. He added that activities of other faculties will continue as usual. The Newsfirst national movement Sri Lanka Against Corruption spread awareness among the general public in the Kurunegala and Padula districts today.
We progress into day 24 of Newsfirst national campaign Sri Lanka Against Corruption in a bid to create awareness among the citizens of Sri Lanka on fraud and corruption in the country and how they can stand up and fight against it. Now we are in Chetiyagama Bandarawala, where an important meeting on a very, very serious and critical issue is taking place in the country, the Uma Oya Multi-Purpose Development Project. We've actually joined hands with the Centre for Environmental Justice in this process to create awareness among these people in this area on the detrimental effects and impact this project will and is having in the environment of this area. Now, speaking to the people here, the Executive Director of the Centre for Environmental Justice said that the estimated cost for this project was just over 300 billion rupees. However, the final end result or the cost for this ended up being just above 500 billion rupees, which is a staggering difference of 200 billion. This begs the question, where is this money going to? So this is what we are creating awareness among the people of Sri Lanka. Fraud and corruption does not come in plain sight. It comes in disguise, which is why we want to create awareness among the people here that they can fight corruption.